few years that we've been doing our Jeeping adventures, we've slept anywhere from a tent to the truck bed. Everything has its pros and cons. When we were in Utah in the tent, it was super windy. We barely got any sleep because the side just kept going. Yeah, that was a bad idea, but oh well. And then in the truck bed, we went to Roush Creek in mid-October and we froze our butts off. Even Willie was shivering and he was under the blanket in between Josh and I. So what's our next step? Well, we got a truck bed camper. It's a 1985 Sportsman truck camper. Fits perfectly in the bed of our truck. We're slightly a bit wide, so we have some upgrades to do with our stands here, which will be coming. But let's give you the tour. All right, guys, come on in. As you can see, we do have a little mini kitchen, a 2-burner stovetop, a sink. This is a ice chest. It's not an actual refrigerator, so you do have to load ice in it to keep things cool. Eventually, I think we do want to upgrade, especially if we're going to be using electrical sites and stuff like that, to a regular fridge. But as of right now, that way we can do primitive camping, I think we're going to keep this. You got the bunk up here. Don't mind the mess that's in here. We've already started deconstruction. As you can see from the roof, there was a liner up there that was sagging, so we stripped that off already. Up here is a single person bunk. It's a 84 by 48?
44.
44.
Yep.
So that's where Josh will be sleeping.
Yep.
Because Josh does not fit right here. Our little dinette area. This table, the rod will come out. We could slide the tabletop in, bring this down, and boom, there's another bed.
You want to show them?
That's probably where me and Willie will be sleeping. So, take your top off.
That's what she said.
The pole.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take the tabletop, slide it in right there, put the other cushion down, and it is perfect Ashley height.
Yep. You fit in there perfect, and I will not fit there at all.
Nope. And there's enough room for Willie.
Perfect.
So he doesn't have to sleep on the floor either.
Yep.
There is tons of storage in here. We have the 2 cabinets up here. Goes a full length here. We have cabinets above the kitchen. We have cabinets underneath the sink here. If you take a peek, we have quite a bit of storage under there. As you can see, our water automatically drains outside, so we don't have to have a gray water tank.
But we're still gonna get a catch can for it.
Yeah, we're still gonna get a catch can because you can't dump gray water everywhere.
Yep.
But we do have a fresh water tank, which is conveniently located in this compartment here. So these on this cushion here, a segment, and then this area here is all storage. But as you can see, down in there is our fresh water tank. So we can fill that up before we're gonna go anywhere, especially if we're going primitive. Have some fresh water that we can get out of the sink over there. Do up any dishes from cooking, different things like that. And if Willie gets muddy and we have to give him a bath,
Yep.
we can give him a sponge bath out of the sink.
Yep.
All right. So as you can see, if you come to this cupboard right here, you have the box where our propane tank sits. And then this is the hose that goes into our freshwater tank. We have a breather hose there, it looks like. And then you can see how the water is hooked up to run into the sink. It does come with a heater. We have the duotherm heater that runs off of propane. we don't have to be hooked up to electric to run it, which is great because if we're primitive camping, we won't have the electric to run it. And then why not just sleep in the truck bed if that's the case?
Yep.
We have another drawer for storage. Luckily, the original owners left us the directions on how to work our furnace, which it does work. We have tried it out.
Yep.
Just took us a little while to get it lit.
Mm-hmm.
And then more storage in here, along with the fire hydrant.
Yeah, so Ashley's clothes will probably go in there because it's small. So.
Oh, we're gonna use it for clothes storage?
Yeah, clothes storage or something around that lines. Or other stuff for storage.
And then in here, we got a nice size closet that is walk-in for me. So in here there is a rail to hang clothing as well. So if Josh needs to hang anything, he can as far as clothing wise goes. It's almost actually big enough to make a shower, but that would be a lot of work to work in a drain system and stuff like that as of right now. Maybe something in the future if we decide to go a different route with this as opposed to just using it just for our Jeeping adventures. One thing that we are going to store in here is
a porta potty.
A porta potty! Because nobody likes pooping next to a tree.
Yep.
So that will be stored in there as well. We're looking to get one of the porta potties that have the detachable tank. That way we can dump the black water, is what they would call it, and be able to dump that and get rid of that.
Yep. All right, the good thing about this is I am 6'2" or something. I can pretty much stand straight up in here. So that's a big positive for me, being a little bit taller person. One of the bad things we have to deal with is we have a water leak coming from somewhere in that front corner. And I was looking, it looked like all the caulking's cracked. So I just think I just have to re-caulk all the seams on the outside. So we'll get to that. I'm gonna have a friend come over here. He knows tons about campers. He's gonna check that out for us, see if we actually have to rip up the wood and put a new sheet of wood down there. But that's it. So, and this corner is also somewhat wet. We're not gonna worry about it. So we're gonna get that stuff all taken care of. That's our priority, is to stop the leaks. But when you come in here, you look at it, it screams my grandpa's house. It is definitely 1985 style and stuff like that. So one of the big things we're gonna do is remodel it. So our plan is to paint all this stuff white to make it feel a lot bigger in here than what it is. And it's just gonna look a lot nicer by the time we're done with it. But first thing first is get that stuff taken care of up there. So that's it. We're take you on the outside and show you around the outside some more. All right, so right here is gonna be our exhaust for our heater. So all the exhaust is gonna come right out of there. Here's our drain outlet for the gray water. So that's just gonna, from under the sink, the dump out, we're gonna connect the hose down to it and just have a little 5-gallon water jug to catch it. And then here's for our connection for shore power, which I don't think we're gonna really use it that much. If we really like it, I would like to do solar panels and stuff like that. But for us, for what we do right now, we really don't need electric. The biggest thing is just having heat. So heat's our big thing, and with the propane and everything, we're fine with this. Here is how we're gonna fill up our water tank. So we just gotta shove a hose down there and just fill it up. I think it's a 10-gallon tank inside, maybe a 15. So somewhere around there. And then here is our pride and joy. So that is our propane, so we can run our heater and everything and stay nice and warm, especially when we're in places like Roush Creek in November, December, when it's exactly cold and we're on top of a mountain. So that's gonna be a big plus for us. And also, anywhere else we're gonna go, we're gonna have heat. So it's gonna be a huge, huge benefit for us. So when we went to pick this up, like I said, it's an old camper. So the trucks in 1985 were not as tall as our truck is now. So these jack stands actually don't raise up high enough for us to get our truck under there. When we were loading it up, we had two people hanging on the bed rail to squat the truck down so we can slide this on the truck. So I actually already made some brackets to drop this down 3.5 inches. And I used 2 pieces of 1/4 inch. So it's gonna kick the whole camper out, well, the whole jack stands out a whole inch. So that's gonna help us out. So we shouldn't have any more issues loading it and unloading it. So I think we got that stuff taken care of. And like I said, we just have to go around and do the caulking. So right here's all the caulking. It seems like they were using something that's a little bit different than I think what you're supposed to be using. So it's all, you guys can see it pretty well, it's all cracked. So it's not serving its purpose anymore. So I am going to re-caulk it and get it all taken care of so we don't have any water leaks. Like I said, this is the corner where we have the water leak issue, but the rest of the camper is pretty solid as far as water. One of the last things we'll probably do is paint the outside of the camper. This is very, very retro, which that's cool if you're into it. I'm not into it. We put it on the truck when we brought it home and it just looked completely out of place. So I think we're definitely gonna paint it. Let us know what you guys think we should paint it. So I'm debating on painting it a Jeep blue, just a nice solid white. I think the nice solid white would just be probably the easiest and possibly the best. I'm not gonna paint it black because I don't wanna hold in all the heat. And if you guys have any other color suggestions, let me know or help me pick
like a light
color.
gray maybe.
Yeah, maybe even a light gray or something along those lines. But that's pretty much it. The last thing, so we have a 3/4 ton truck. I am not that confident with towing the Jeep and the trailer. So the Jeep and the trailer together weighs 9,000 pounds. This camper weighs 1,000 pounds roughly. So this will be in the bed of the truck for our first trip we use it. What I want to do for safety issues and some other issues, just driving comfort, is I'm gonna get a 25 or a 30-foot gooseneck eventually and set this on top of the gooseneck. And then we'll have our own crawler hauler on a budget, minus the cost of the gooseneck. So you see a lot of the crawler haulers that people use, you know, these things can go upwards of $50,000 plus. We bought this camper for $800 and I'll buy a nice trailer for maybe $7 grand. So we're gonna have our own budget friendly, like depending on what budget you're on, crawler hauler that we can just take all over the country. All right, that's really all I have for you for right now. Ash, do you have anything else?
Just that today is deconstruction day. We're going through the inside, taking off all the cabinet doors, gonna get everything a good sand and get ready for paint.
Yep.
So we'll keep you guys posted as we go.
Yep. Thanks guys. If you guys like this video, stay tuned. We're gonna have the whole camper renovation on our channel. It's gonna be a little bit different than what we normally do. It's normally all, you know, hardcore off-roading, hardcore. It depends what off-roading you do. So it's mostly off-roading, but we're gonna do this camper renovation, maybe bring some more people in it. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And
give this video a thumbs up.
Thanks guys, I'll see you guys on the trails.